Hey, what's up everybody? In this video I want to show you multiband processing and the phasing that it introduces and the effects of that. So here I have a little kick drum that I designed. Right, it's nice and tight and punchy. And here is an instance of the Transx Multi, which is a very nice processor by Waves. But this thing is multiband. And I've turned off all the processing, so we are only left with the phasing. And now let's listen to the effects of that. I'm going to turn it off at first, and then I'm going to turn it on. Right, so the effect isn't very apparent, but it's there. And if you don't know what to listen for, I'm going to exaggerate the effect by duplicating the Transx Multi. So we have, like now we have 16 instances. And now the effect will be really apparent. Take a listen. Alright, so as you can hear, the frequencies kind of get delayed by different amounts of time, and that's actually what all passing does. I can exaggerate it even more by duplicating those. So now we have 32 instances. And it kind of sounds like a psytrance kick drum or something like that, which can be desirable, and there are actually EQs that give you the option to all pass your sound. For example, the VEQ4 from Waves has this phase button here, which does this. So this can be a good thing and something you can use for your sound design. But typically on a drum that already sounds very nice, I actually kind of hate the sound of phasing. So I really try to avoid phasing. But how can you do this? Well, instead of using minimum phase filters, you could of course use some multiband processing with linear phase crossovers. But linear phase processing typically introduces pre-ring, so that's also not really nice on drums. So what I would advise you to do is to use dynamic EQ whenever you need to do some of those tasks. For example, I like to use the Hofa IQ EQ, which is a really nice dynamic EQ, but there's also lots of other options for dynamic EQ out there. And trust me, it doesn't really matter what you use. It doesn't matter how you use it. Okay, so this was just a little demonstration on what phasing actually does. Maybe you're a little more aware of it now. Most of the time it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really damage your sound or anything. For example, on vocals, it's perfectly okay to use multiband processing on vocals, but yeah, as I said, I try to avoid it on drums, for example, and anything that has sharp transients and things like that. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider supporting me by liking, sharing, subscribing, all the usual stuff. And have a nice day and take care.
I guess I'll never fight for anything. Dismiss anyone who needs it is fun.